Now, though, let's head back to that breaking news from the US because the suspect accused of shooting dead the healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in New York has dropped his legal challenge against being extradited to the city to face murder charges. Let's speak to our correspondent Neda Tawfik, who's across this one for us. And Neda, tell us more.
Matthew, just a few moments ago, Luigi Mangione was actually put on a small plane at an airport in Pennsylvania to make his way here to New York. It comes after he was in that Pennsylvania court for a hearing. Of course, that's where he was spotted and ultimately arrested after a 5-day manhunt. And in that hearing, he said that because he had he answered the judge's questions in yes/no fashion, but his lawyer indicated that now that he has retained a lawyer here in New York, he didn't feel the need to continue fighting his extradition here. He was then placed into the custody of NYPD officials. He was put into a black SUV and driven to the airport in Pennsylvania. So as I say, a few moments ago, he was placed in a small plane. So he will be in New York shortly, Matthew. He will return to the city where he is accused of killing Brian Thompson using a 3D gun, a silencer, carrying it out in one of the busiest parts of Manhattan in daylight. So he will be making his way here soon. What is unclear is if he will be in court today to be officially arraigned on the 11 counts he's facing, which include first-degree murder and second-degree murder as an act of terrorism.
We're seeing pictures of the transfer that you were describing a little earlier. A twin thought then. Tell me more about his demeanour in court and tell me a little more about what we think is likely to happen next over the coming weeks and months.
Well, Matthew, he was actually calm today in court. Many might remember his last court appearance. He actually had an outburst as he was being taken in, uttering words such as, it was unjust. It was essentially, against the intelligence of the American people. It wasn't clear what he was trying to say, but he kind of shouted and was agitated as he was brought into the court last time. This time, he was quite calm. He was even smiling and talking with his lawyer in the courtroom, taking notes, writing during the hearing. And then afterward, he was taken without any fight by NYPD officials into the SUV. So it will be interesting to see how all of this, of course, plays out because he is facing incredibly serious charges in New York. But we are also hearing that he could be charged in a federal court as well. Now, his lawyer has reacted to that, saying that she felt already the charges in New York, which included terrorism charges, were already an overstep by the Manhattan District Attorney. And she feels if there are federal charges in this case as well, that it would amount to double jeopardy. So she is, of course, defending her client, but she hasn't spoken yet about how he will plead. His previous Pennsylvania lawyer said he would plead not guilty to charges against him. But we are waiting for his New York lawyer to officially speak when he comes here in New York and give us a sense.
Neda Tawfik live there in New York. Thanks very much for that update.